cost me everything.
Impaired boating is impaired driving.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It is Thursday night and we're feeling all right. It is Out of the Fog, and we are a 17 to 18-year show that's been on the go, no big deal. Not me, of course. I'm sort of new to this mix, but we are across the province talking about all the cool things that are happening and all the cool people that are making them happen. And maybe you'll want to come on the show, or maybe you'll want to sit in the audience and check it all out. If you want to get at us, please do. But for now, I want to talk about the man behind the tables, the one and only DJ Slim Macho. What's good?
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
One question.
Yes.
Will you be my Valentine?
100%.
Absolutely.
Because I am single AF and I'm looking to mingle, you know what I'm saying?
Guarantee. I love it. I love it. And I love you, buddy.
Well, I love you back. And what dance floor will we find each other on?
We will find each other on Friday night, February 14th, at Velvet Nightclub. It's going to be our dance tantric event. Performers, DJs, artists, vendors. It's Valentine's on Venus. So dress in your sexy spacesuit. Let's do it.
Boom, boom, boom. Tonight we have Alex Bill from allnewfoundlandlabrador.com, and we have the amazing Paul Brace, multifaceted entertainer and musician. We're going to hear from him. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll be right back.
You're watching Rogers TV, St. John's.
Awful. If there's a problem, the computer will find it.
Get some Scotch tape and a ball of wool.
What are they doing?
Making your car faster.
That's more like it!
You know, it's very peculiar, doing things you'd never imagined. Between you, God, the devil, and the dead, you're becoming a very good liar.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, here to perform a track, a brand new song, something you'll only hear here on the show tonight, maybe in the future. The one and only Paul Brace. Give it up.
Turned 33. The worst was over, all the demons were behind me. I quit the bottle, went back to work. Corporate air, tidy hair, glorified office clerk. I know you for that demon you've been hiding behind a mask and two. I know you, I know the type. Flags were waving, there was something about her past. It was inconsistent and it wasn't right. Dove in head first, impeccable timing, just like me, no hindsight. So I've been through a lot, why don't you take it or not? Tell you what, give you a minute, sleep on, sleep in it, yeah. Why don't you sleep on it? Don't you sleep on it, yeah. Day that I turned 34, I saw her in a light I hadn't seen before. She talked to lounge like she grew up poor. That mask wouldn't last beyond 8 months or more. I know you for that pin-up Instagram beauty. You're an attention fool. I know you, know the type. Red flags were waving, there was something about her past. It was inconsistent and it wasn't right. Drove in head just like me, no hindsight. So I've been through a lot, why don't you take it on? I tell you what, give you a minute, sleep on, sleep in it, yeah. Why don't you sleep on it? So I've been through a lot, why don't you take it tonight? So I've been through a lot, why don't you take it or not, yeah. So I've been through a lot, why don't you take it or not? Tell you what, give you a minute, sleep on, sleep in it, yeah. Why don't you sleep on it? Come on, sleep on it, yeah. Day when I turned 35, I thank God I'm still alive.
All right, girls.
Mom, you said it's played again.
Workplace injuries hurt the most at home.
At St. John Ambulance, we're all about community. We teach life-saving skills and provide community support through our volunteer services. All St. John Ambulance product sales and training registrations support these important services. Volunteer, donate, or enroll in a program today so we can continue to have an impact on our community. Visit sja.ca to learn more. At St. John Ambulance, we do more than save lives, we change lives.
And now I'm hanging out with the one and only Alex Bill. How are you?
Doing well, although I put boots on because it was snowing today, forgetting that I'd be sitting on the couch. So
well,
now
listen,
I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it.
I'll just do this the entire time. I'll just cover those up. No one's going to know.
Excellent. We're good to go.
It's weird for me, but fun for you. You know. So listen, I want to talk about the amazing work that you do every day, along with the awesome team at allnewfoundlandlabrador.com.
Thanks. Yeah, we are a business news website based out of Atlantic Place in St. John's. We have 7 fantastic reporters covering a pretty wide range of business news and some politics. We delve into the arts where it intersects with business. And we're growing and doing things in a different way than you would see with other news media in this province.
Well, I'm going to dig deeper and ask you more about that. So what makes allnewfoundlandlabrador.com different than any of the other media news sites that we might encounter in the run of a day?
The first thing people would probably notice is that we are entirely subscription-based. So you do need to have a paid subscription to read us. We rely more on that than on advertising, although we do have advertising. And that's allowed us to grow in a market where advertising dollars are harder and harder to come by.
Sure.
And it also means we don't have a presence on social media like other news outlets might have because it just doesn't have the same utility for us.
That's fascinating. Gated content. And what that means, of course, for anyone out there who does not know, means that you go to the page, you think you're going to click in on the headline, that, oh, no, you got to pay for that play. It's actually quite ahead of the curve when it comes to a lot of the sites out of the province that offer information. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And our sister site, All Nova Scotia, has been doing it for a very long time.
True.
But we're seeing now more national and international publications also kind of seeing the trends in advertising and realize they need to rely on people to pay them for the content. And you want to produce content people are willing to pay for. It kind of changes your sense of propriety about the product too.
Absolutely. It's interesting the age that we are in terms of digital marketing and information and paying for content because, you know, traditionally 15, 20 years ago, you had your mainstay media vehicles and whether you listened or leaned in on the print, that was what it was. And now there are so many places to go that I feel like we're searching for more credible voices for the first time in a long time.
And we need more here in St. John's. It's not as robust of a media market as even Halifax or certainly some of the other cities in the country. You know, the Independent's trying to make it online, but we don't have alternative weekly, let alone an alternative monthly anymore, sorry,
Right.
let alone alternative weekly.
Right.
There are some people who are really trying to make it, and I hope they have success, and we have success as an industry,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to carve our own path.
Of course. Well, I'll tell you that I have my business subscription via my company, and so 4 of us have a license, and we're able to log in and see the news items of the day, and I have been so impressed. And you know, when it comes to like Facebook and Twitter and all these free sites you can go on any old time, you have to be bringing me quality if I'm going to pay for it. And I think allnewfoundlandlabrador.com is incredible, and I would recommend everybody across the province get that subscription. My joke, and I get sort of tortured for that, I say it's what the smart people read, because all of my business contemporaries, that's the first read they have in the morning, and it hits my inbox at 11:58 every night on the dot, and it's the first thing I read when I get up in the morning. So I want to give some credit to your amazing team who worked so hard to make that such an enjoyable online product as it is.
Thanks for that. We enjoy doing it, and you know, given the way that our business works, it is necessarily a smaller audience than some of the other places, but the feedback we get from our readers is phenomenal, and our retention of subscribers is really high.
I have to ask you, what is your favorite type of story to tell? Because you're a storyteller, really.
Yeah, that's a great question. And on the spot, the first thing that comes to mind is a really good story about a person. Not necessarily a company or a piece of the economy, but a person, because people like reading, especially in a small town like this, about other people they know and what they're doing in business, in politics, or in arts. And when you get into the people behind a company, the people behind a business, and tell their story, people are engaged more. And so that's what I like to do.
That's so cool. Think back on a story that you hit click on to submit that you were saying, oh shit, I don't know if I should be sending this out for everyone to read. Anything that strikes your memory?
Well, I'm not going to name them, but yeah, sometimes their story, it's not always going to be good news, particularly in this province in the last few years. And yeah, there are some that are tougher than others, but they still have news value, and you've got to do your job. And you just try and remember that that's just part of a mix, and you like to do the good news ones too, and you know, like to put everything in its proper context. But one of the sort of the other side of the blade on being so personally focused is that sometimes people have a hard time in business here, and when things go wrong, perhaps they'd rather move along quietly. But you know, that's part of the story of this province and the business that happens here.
Yeah, that must give you a very difficult job, being so known as you are, from here as you are, with so many friends and bedfellows as you have, and sometimes you have to write the hard story that is tied to someone that you care about. How do you negotiate that?
Well, if you're really close, you give it to another reporter in the newsroom.
That's good.
Otherwise, you just try and connect with them on a personal level. You know, explain that you understand and why you're doing what you're doing, and hope that they understand as well. And often they do.
Of course. I think that's why the All Newfoundland Labrador has such a good rep, because your coverage is fair. It's never salacious, and it's never meant to provoke or to disrespect anyone you talk about, which is also rare in some of these headlines. We have a couple of minutes left in our hang. I'll ask you, what makes a good headline?
That's a good question. I don't usually write my own. Yeah, and in fact, that's commonplace in a lot of outlets. The headline is often not connected to the name on the story.
As a copywriter, I would love nothing more than a full-time job where I get to take articles and then come up with sexy, provocative, clickbaity headlines. That would be a dream for my life. So can I work with you?
Well, let's talk about that.
Thank you so
feel like
much.
a career switch.
I'm going to do that. So guys, I'm leaving the show, the company, I'm closing it. I'm going to write headlines for Alex Bill and All Newfoundland Labrador. Dreams do come true. Please get on the All Newfoundland Labrador website, sign up for a subscription, and check out what everyone is talking about. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Hit me with a beat, Slim. Guys, after this break, we're going to be hanging out with the one and only ECMA winner and all-around personality, Paul Brace. We'll be right back after this break. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. This is Out of the Fog, and you just heard Awake, which is the track off an award-winning album by this man right here to my left, the one and only Paul Brace.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, man?
Good to see you,
It's been a long time.
I know, it's been a minute, hasn't it?
It has been a minute.
Probably a literal minute.
Literally.
Yeah. I was in your studio this weekend. Tell me about your studio before we go any further.
So just probably within a couple of months, maybe 3 or 4 months, I've created a studio in the basement of my home. It's called Vibe City. It's the place where I created my album, Liars and Actors. And you know, we kind of got the name from the studio just because we were down there making Liars and Actors during very, very heavy times. But something happened in that basement, man, where it's just all those heavy times we left at the door, and we kept saying, this is just, man, this got some vibe here. There's so much vibe here. It's like Vibe City, and then it stuck, and that's what we named the studio. And let me tell you, people come in, one of the first things they always say is, wow, there's a vibe
There's
down
a vibe
here.
up in here.
So
I think because you have all these amazing little props and little things all around.
yeah, trinkets
Little
and
doodads,
little things and
little
lights,
bitsy bops.
and yeah, it's kind of like
I love it.
It's like the man cave /
Oh, it is the
studio.
ultimate cave of times.
Yeah, for sure. But don't get me wrong. You know, it's great for female artists and bands as well.
Oh, listen, it's a family affair.
Of course, man.
Please, one, come all. Yeah.
And listen, guys, I came here in a hurry, and I've just realized that I have my comfy moccasin slippers that I wear at work, so I'm just going to take them off. I'm just going to put them over here. Join me for a sock hop.
Well, now I'm just going to
join me for a sock hop. All right, P.U. Donnie, what's going on?
I'm just trying to be myself.
Of course.
Can you tell we don't know
It
each
smells
other
like
at all?
sandalwood and leather.
It is. It's like there's a sage in there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Rich, flavorful bouquet, you know?
Yes.
So let's get serious for a second, because we're barefooted, really, and we're together.
Yes, man. It's just like that time I went to Coachella.
Barefooted and together.
I lost my shoes.
I know, I love it.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, people watching. Let's talk about Liars and Actors.
Sure.
The ECMA award, and how all that made you feel based on what led you to record the album in the first place.
Well, you know, first off, Liars and Actors was made in 12 days. We went down in the studio and we decided to make this record. I was super, super sick. In late 2017, I was diagnosed with stage 4A Hodgkin's lymphoma. Really, really horrible time. And even though it has a very positive prognosis, the treatment is absolutely grueling. 12 rounds of chemotherapy, ABVD. It was really bad. So what I wanted to do is I had lots of time on my hands, but time was also something that I was worried about, because I didn't know if I was going to survive or not, because that's what happens when you're hit with something like that. So we made this album in a very short amount of time, and we released it. And I just wanted to do it just for fun, you know, kind of like the whole David Bowie thing, like release some art before potentially a bad thing happened. So I didn't really release the album conventionally, singles, videos, anything like that. Just one big, here it is. And you know, got some Music NL nominations. What really blew me away is the East Coast Music Association recognized me and gave me the award for Inspirational Album of the Year, which absolutely blew me away. I just didn't expect it at all. And it's a great piece of hardware to put up on my mantelpiece, and just endless memories, great memories of the music I made with the people that I chose to do it with. It was such an incredible experience I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
I guess they say necessity is the mother of invention, and clearly that was the case for you.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm a recording engineer. I sit on top of a recording studio. I'm always making art for other people, and always saying, you know what, I'm going to put my album on the back burner. I'll do that another time. And I was just perpetually making the never-ending album because I always have the resources to make music. So when I got hit with the diagnosis, I said, this is the time I'm going to concentrate on releasing my own music under my name, because I've always played with other people, but I've never, until Liars and Actors, stood out front under the spotlight and, you know, sang my lyrics and my emotions and played my music.
What was that like when you first started doing that?
When it comes to live?
Yeah.
You know, the album is not a sad, you know, a somber album. It's draped with positivity and hopefulness, but I do find some of the songs to be difficult to play. But I find when I do play live, I kind of treat it as a little bit of a presentation almost, and I tell my story as I go through the album, because the whole album is basically a concept album about life, death, questioning mortality, what comes next, and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of goes through the whole process of my treatment and everything's fine now, 100% in remission. I got a great album and an ECMA, and I'm feeling better, healthier than ever.
That's amazing. Well, you're looking like $1 million.
Thank you, I appreciate it, man.
What drives you?
Man, I just really like to make art and help people make art. And I'm a really, really busy guy. I don't have much time for myself. And it's just a drive and a passion I have. I just want to always go, go, go. I'm an energetic guy. I just threw my shoes behind my back. I don't even know what that was about.
I mean, hello.
You know, I'm always just driven to help people, to make things, to help people make things, and just basically strengthen the arts community here in St. John's.
Well, you've done so much for so many people.
Thank you.
He just helped us master a single from a musical project I'm involved in, so I don't think you even sleep.
Well, hey, listen, after going through this crazy life experience, I always make time for myself, and I always make time to sleep and stuff like that. But, you know, it's amazing what you can do in a 24-hour period, man.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, no matter what goes on, and we love to move and shake, I know, but I'm in bed before 11, and I'm up by 6, and that's the amount of time we all should be giving ourselves to sleep.
Yep.
Because we need our rest, people.
For sure, man.
I wonder what happens when we, like, sort of burn the candles at both ends. Sometimes we end up sort of...
Hey, I've gone through burnout. I'm sure you've gone through burnout before.
Scattered.
Because you're a busy guy too, man.
We love life.
Exactly, right? And you know, one thing that I realized when I was going through making the album and stuff like that, and it's something that everyone should realize, is time is something that we can't buy more of. So we got to utilize the time that's given to us, and sometimes we don't have as much time as we thought we might. And there's all those themes are woven into Liars and Actors.
Slim, I have nowhere to go here. That is some realness.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Slim, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Thank you so much.
I love Slim Macho. Me and Slim Macho we have history, man.
Is this true?
Yes, he was the DJ, and I was the sound man at a well-known nightclub. We'll leave them unnamed because they're not paying us for advertising.
Yeah, in the heart of the jungle. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. There were a few sound people through there, but I laughed the most with Paul Brace. I think even as loud as it was in there, you could hear me laughing with Paul Brace.
And as loud as it was in there, you could always hear my voice.
Yeah, that's right. I don't ever want to stop. Guys, we heard Awake before the break. This interview, this charismatic, amazing community guy, artist, everything you want, nothing you don't. After the break, we're going to hear one more song by Paul Brace. Thank you so much for coming by the show.
Thank you, brother.
All right, guys. See you after the break, guys. It's Out of the Fog.
Here's a track called Dr. Bars. This is for you, buddy.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, we had a wicked old time here tonight. One more song to go, but Slim, Paul went through quite a time in life, and I can only imagine Young Adult Cancer Canada was there for him.
Absolutely, yeah. Our Shape for the Brave that we do every year is in support of that. I've actually DJ'd a couple of events now for Jeff and the crew.
Yeah.
So they do wonderful things for people like Paul and many, many others across the country.
It's true. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, the Shape for the Brave campaign is coming on strong. But to end the show tonight, one more song from the Octo Threat himself, the one and only Paul Brace.
I was looking for some company, but not asking for your therapy. Cut the bullet up the empathy like we talked about it. I've been empty, I've been weak and poor, especially when you're not knocking on my door. Told you once that I've been dead before. 'cause I'm the one who always cleaned the slates. But that's not the cause to celebrate. Hard to think, it's hard to concentrate when the scene, it drags me under. Some man who had a broken back, yeah, said music's more than women's dreams instead. Look on his face, panic attack. That's the scene we're living in. Boys in red, they'll do you wrong. Girls around that age couldn't write a song without a paycheck and a team of five. I'm struggling and I'm of water trying to stay alive. Girls in pink will break your hearts. No turning back, walking the boulevard with the swagger and silent attitude. Sorry to come across bitter and rude. Sorry to come across bitter and rude.